becomes a could not. The word deadened in verse 40. He has blinded their hearts and hardened their heart. We got word here that means callous. If you and I bang our head against a brick wall long enough, we're going to develop some calluses up there, aren't we? Happens in the heart too. That's what happened in Pharaoh's heart. His heart became calloused against the holy will of God because he said no, 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 no. There's another category of people Jesus talked about here in John 12. Did you notice that? Verse 42, he said, nevertheless, among the chief rulers, also many believed on him, but because of the Pharisees, they did not confess him, lest they should be put out of the synagogue, for they love the praise of men more than the praise of God. Ever met anybody like that? More important to them what people think than what God thinks. That's a sad class to be in. These people saw the light. They heard the truth, but they refused to take their stand for God and confess him before others that they believed in the Son of God. They regarded their positions, their prestige, their power, something on earth, their social connections, whatever, more important. Jesus said, verse 47, I didn't read those verses. I'd like you to look at them sometime. Verse 47, he said, I'm not going to judge those people. I judge him not, he said. I don't need to. He says in verse 48, the last of that verse, in the context of his words, he said, my words will judge them. They will condemn them. I won't have to say a thing. My words will condemn them on the last day. And yet I can't end this morning on such a possibility. Jesus said, I am the light of the world. And he turned to his disciples on one occasion and said, you are the light of the world. That means we have privilege of picking up his ministry, perpetuating his ministry, letting our light shine. We live for the glory of our Father. And wherever we shine, there's going to be some confrontations between light and darkness. You don't have to go very far. It might be when you talk to your neighbors. Confrontation. Light and darkness. Might be when you get around your family sometimes. Confrontation. Light and darkness. You and I, if we know him, are the greatest privileged people on earth. We're like basking in the sun out there today. We can have intelligence, you see, with faith. We can add to the moral sensitivity that God created us with. We can add to that truth. Truth. And to our spirituality, that God gave us a function in our soul, as a function in our soul. We can add this. We can have the life of God. We can have the very life of God. He pours into our lives like that living water he spoke of this morning. Sunday school, the Spirit of God. What a privilege. What a joy. He'll shine brighter than those. Well, that Arkansas friend had 3,200,000 lights, and I know it must have lit up the sky down there a little bit. But your light will shine brighter than that, for the glory of God. Father, thank you this morning for attending listeners, and we just pray that into this new year, we will all be the light that you have called us to be, not of our own doing, but because of the precious love and grace of God. flowing through our lives. In Jesus' name.